My
Hello,
man.
hello.
What's up, boy?
How you doing, Dad?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great.
Hey, man, you like the intro video?
I did. It was nice, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Well, welcome to the Like Father, Like Son podcast, where we celebrate the timeless bond of family through the love of sport. Join Tyler and myself as we dive into the thrilling world of athletics, sharing stories, insights, and experiences from both the father perspective and the son perspective. Whether it's reminiscing about legendary games, discussing the latest sports news, or exploring how sports shapes our lives, we aim to inspire and entertain. So we appreciate everyone for watching. Let's kick off and have an exciting journey through the heart of sports and family. Nice to see you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, it is something that I like to explore real quick because I know before we get started. So, how has let me ask you this? How has sports shaped your life, my son?
Shaped my life. Okay. Let me think about this one. Well, what immediately comes to mind, it's definitely played a big part in my social life.
Okay.
So I was kind of into sports when I was a kid, you know. Not as much as I am as an adult, and having got into it when I was like 15, football mostly, but other sports as well. I don't know. I've made more friends than I can count based off of sports alone.
That's what's up.
I enjoy certain outings, like going to games and just being in those environments. It's really just helped me in a social way since I haven't really had a job in sports or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's
the
great,
biggest way
man.
sports has shaped my life.
Okay, that's awesome. That's what sports does, man.
Yeah,
it's been a big part of mine as well, man. As you know, great job, man. So today, we're going to talk about some headlines coming out of Week 6 in the NFL, and then we've got a segment that you brought to the table.
I did.
Yeah, man. Called Way Too Early Playoff Predictions. And it's Week 6. We still got 11 weeks to go.
Way too early.
It's way too early. But we're going to predict, and then at the end of the year, we're going to see how we do.
Exactly.
All right. Let's start off with headlines, man. So this week, there was like a flurry. Can I say flurry? There was a flurry of trades going on, and we'll talk about those. But Davante Adams is a let's see.
Is a Jet.
Is a Jet now. So what? What do you think about that?
Not surprised. I don't know many people that are surprised by that. I mean, look, if there was any hint that you needed, which I don't think anyone needed hints that's where he was going to end up at the end of the year. Right. But if there was a hint that you needed, it was that Garrett Wilson changed his number to number 5, leaving number 17 available for Davante Adams if he were to ever become a Jet. I think.
And when did he do that?
That was at the beginning of this year.
Did he really?
He did, either the beginning of this year or last year. But he did decide to change his jersey number for that reason.
So was that like recruitment, or was that him knowing that the Jets were actively pursuing?
Well, I mean, it was probably a little bit of both, because Aaron Rodgers said when he went to New York that the number 1 player he'd want the Jets to acquire if they could was Davante Adams.
Okay.
So I think everyone in the building with Aaron knew that eventually he would be here. And he is.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't think anybody is surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
But the next question is, I have no doubt that it's going to help their team, their offense. But how much will it help? Will this make the Jets Super Bowl contender?
I don't think so. Not a Super Bowl contender. I can see playoffs.
Okay.
But
I could have seen playoffs barely without him.
Yeah.
Like this is a type of splash that you wanted to take you far, offensively at least.
Yeah. I'm not sold on Super Bowl.
Okay.
But,
okay. Yeah.
Do you know what the Raiders received for Davante Adams?
I do not. What did they?
They got a conditional 2025 third-round draft pick that can become a second if Davante Adams either makes first or second all-team. All-pro.
All-pro, yeah.
Yeah, or if he's on the active roster for a AFC Championship or Super Bowl game.
Yeah, so see, that's the expectation.
That's the expectation.
Yeah.
Raiders want it too.
Davante is supposed to elevate this Jets team to at least a AFC Championship game. Right. I'm not sure he will. But I like that third round, second round conditional for the Raiders. I think that's good value.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Personally, I'd ask for a little more, but like a Mike Williams thrown in there or something.
See, you're smart. And the way it played out with Davante losing all leverage because everybody knew that's where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
They should have gotten more, right?
I agree.
Yeah, they should have gotten more. Absolutely. Next trade. Amari Cooper has flown the coop to Buffalo.
You didn't tell me you was going to give it all this pizzazz.
Will
ahead, Dad. What you think about this
help
trade?
Josh Allen?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Will it help Josh Allen? Is a 30-ish Amari Cooper going to really help Josh Allen, bro?
Yeah, I think he is. There's a lot of youth in that wide receiver room.
Yeah, I don't know any other names.
There's Keon Coleman.
Who? No, he's the rookie. I know him.
Yeah, that's honestly the only one I could tell you. But I think Amari Cooper's going to be a good addition to them. He does lead the league in drops right now, which is, in my defense, like a reason I'm not super upset about the trade as a Browns fan. But I don't know. I feel like that probably has something to do with who's throwing balls at him. And Josh Allen's throwing him the ball now. He's not going to have to worry. I mean, he might have to worry if he can't catch anymore, then he can't catch anymore. But I don't think this is going to be a net negative.
You mean 9 for 31 against the Texans, Josh Allen?
That's fair.
Is that who throwing him the ball?
That's who throwing him the ball. I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
9 for 31
against the Texans. Yes. And Josh Allen won't be that bad against everybody, just us.
Maybe Amari Cooper could have helped him in that game. Maybe he wouldn't have been 9 for 31 if he had Coop to throw to.
He'd have been 13 for 31. He'd have been 13 for 31. I give Cooper 4 catches.
Yeah. 5 drops on top of that.
Hey, but everybody else that I talk to seems to feel like Amari Cooper is still got some life, some legs.
I agree.
So yeah, I feel like it'll definitely help Buffalo's offense. They need it because they're stagnant right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like their defense is playing pretty well, but their offense is playing so poorly that the defense is getting overlooked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they needed another piece, and they went and got one. But the details of the trade, the Browns, we received a 2025 third and a 2026 seventh round pick and we gave them Amari Cooper and a 2025 sixth. So
okay. So basically, y'all got a third.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about that? Do you think it was a good trade? I mean, Deshaun couldn't get him the ball, so anything you get.
I don't know. I feel like there's another problem we could have started to solve before.
Yep.
We decided to get rid of Amari Cooper, but I don't know. It hurts a little bit. It wasn't something I was expecting.
Okay, so you Amari Cooper had grown on you?
Yeah, I enjoyed him here. And I enjoyed him last year when Joe Flacco was giving him the ball every game. He was playing great.
Okay.
I just wish we could have kept him a little longer to see maybe if Jameis Winston could have done something with him similar to what Joe Flacco did last year.
Right.
And now our wide receiver room is Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman.
Yep.
Jamari Thrash. Well, he's hurt, I think. David Bell. I don't know. Yep. A lot of wide receiver 2s and 3s, and I don't know. I don't feel the greatest about it now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I feel like it'll help Buffalo, but good thing we played Buffalo before Amari got to town. And this one is close to home. This trade right here. Cam Akers heads back to Minnesota. The Texans traded Cam Akers to Minnesota. They had a loaded back room, and they got some more pieces on their roster. So I guess they felt the need to get rid of somebody. Yeah, it's a shock. Cam Akers was like running back 1 while Joe Mixon was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But now Mixon's back, Damian Pierce is back, and I guess and WAAAY offers us so many different pieces. He can play special teams. He's closer to an every down back now. I guess we felt that we could get rid of Cam Akers, and we got something back for him. Not much, but we got a little something. It was a 6th round pick swap, something like that. But it's cool.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's nice. Aaron Jones is dealing with an ankle injury right now. Last I saw, I have him on fantasy, so I got to stay up to date with him. Yeah. Last I saw, I think he had a light practice on Monday.
Okay.
Not super sure if he's going to be playing on Sunday for them. So I understand the need to grab Cam Akers. I think they also have Ty Chandler. So I wonder how the touches will be split up between the two. But yeah, it seems like a fine trade to me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like blockbustering or anything.
And he was in Minnesota before. He's going back. So kudos to him. Now, this one hit close to home, and this one hurt right here. So that was the last trade. Read that for me.
Aiden Hutchinson breaks tibia and his fibula at the same time. That was nasty.
Same time. Yeah, if you people saw that, it was real nasty. Yeah. You don't want to, you wouldn't want your son to have to go through that.
Not at all.
Yeah. And he was he was leading. He was like probably the betting favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
That was the type of year he was having.
Yeah.
So that just makes it that much tougher. But love watching him play. And the thing about it is he broke it like making a sack.
Yeah, his leg hit his teammate's leg, and it broke. Have you ever seen the Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman fight, where Anderson Silva kicks Chris Weidman in the leg, and his leg literally wraps around his leg?
Yep, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of that. It didn't really wrap around, but it did bend around.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Absolutely, that's a good analogy, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't hit a little bitty. It didn't hit a defensive back. It hit what? Was it a D lineman?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
His teammate coming around the other side. Mm-hmm.
Hit a big boy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it snapped like a twig.
Out for the season.
Yes, sir.
He had to get emergency surgery that night in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I read that it's going to require 4 to 6 months of rehab for him. That's just terrible.
It's not like a break where it requires 6 weeks and you're back at it.
No. No. Maybe in 50 years.
Hey man, if Detroit fans were expecting him back by the playoffs. Sorry, but it's
sorry. Yeah, no. That's big. Super unfortunate for Detroit.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's like probably the biggest part of their defense.
Yep. And he's and I had him on my fantasy team.
Dang.
One of my fantasy teams where it allows us to pick defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
I have him and Will Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So Will Anderson got hit. This is how Will Anderson got 3 sacks this game, right?
Okay.
Aiden Hutchinson breaks his leg and leaves halfway through the game. I started Aiden Hutchinson. So, but I still won the week, but Will Anderson got me a lot of fantasy points, and Aiden Hutchinson didn't. But now, I'll have to start Will Anderson from here on out. Yeah, so prayers to him, man.
Yeah.
Okay, our last headline. What do we have? What do you think about that, man?
Steelers move on from Fields.
The Steelers move on from Fields. So is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Russell Wilson is taking first-team reps in practice.
Yeah.
And they are angling towards starting him on Sunday.
Is Pittsburgh like 4-1?
4-2. 4-2. This is what I like to see from my least favorite organization in the league. Justin Fields has been playing all right. I mean, the first couple of games they weren't winning because of Justin Fields, but
that's the thing. Good. He's been managing the game. So
yeah, doing exactly what they need him to do.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is going to come in on Sunday and he's going to reverse that. He's going to do exactly what they don't need him to do. But let me back step a little bit. He's not going to come in and do that Sunday. Sunday, he's going to come in and he's going to look a little better than Justin Fields. He's going to be managing, but he's going to have that spark of, he can do more than just manage. And then next week is when the regression starts. I don't think, we're not talking about my team here, but I got to just say this. The quarterback situation didn't go how I expected it to go.
Yep.
But I still expect the Pittsburgh quarterback situation to go how I expect it to go. And this just helps leaps and bounds. Yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. I don't think it's going to go well for them. They're walking backwards, in my opinion.
I mean, Justin Fields just led him to 32 points. He rushed
against
for 2
the Raiders.
touchdowns. Yeah.
He didn't throw for any touchdowns, but he ran for 2.
Yeah, didn't throw any picks either, I mean, I don't know what, like, this doesn't sound like a Mike Tomlin move. Like, Mike Tomlin generally,
makes
sound decisions. This doesn't sound like a sound decision to me.
Well, we do know that they were planning on, like Russell Wilson was supposed to be the starter week 1, but he had a calf injury that's kept him sidelined until now. So, well, he got a calf injury that's kept him sidelined until now. So, I mean, they are kind of still following along the plan because Justin Fields was just supposed to fill in, I suppose. But we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes terrible.
And I think you'll get your wish. But that maybe they know more than we know because they've been watching Russell Wilson, and if they think he can do more than manage the game and manage them to 4 wins in the next 6 games, then more power to him.
No power to them. I want them to crash and burn. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's hit our way too early playoff prediction.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah. So the way it's gonna work, I'm gonna do my division champs.
Mm-hmm.
Do your division champs. We'll talk about these. Then I'll do. Then maybe you'll do your wild card picks, and I'll do my wild card picks.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with Dad. All right. So for me, we're starting in the AFC division champs. I think I had Buffalo in the East. Right now, it's not even close. Kansas City in the West. Baltimore in the North, and Houston in the South. I have Houston being my number 1 seed.
Okay.
Houston has the bye. I feel like Baltimore is on a roll, and they already have 2 losses, but I feel like they might not lose more than one 2 more games. But I feel like Houston can also go on a roll here and not lose more than 1 2 more games. Kansas City, looking at their schedule, I felt like they had 6 toss-up games or games that could be tough. I feel like they can lose 2, 3 of those, and I feel like the Texans will be right there for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Looking at division races, the tightest race right now is Pittsburgh and Baltimore tied in the North, and I don't think Pittsburgh is going to hold up. I don't think Pittsburgh is going to keep pace with Baltimore. Kansas City is 2 games. Kansas City is 2 games up on the Chargers, and Houston is 2 games up on the Colts for the division. And I think both of those are pretty comfortable leads.
Okay.
Right?
So go ahead.
I feel like the division leaders right now, they're pretty much clear cut. Yeah. What do you think?
I should ask, what's your 1 through 4 ranking of these 4 teams right here?
So obviously I have Houston 1. I would have Baltimore 2, KC 3, and Buffalo 4.
Okay.
Yep. KC gonna fall to 3. Let's look at your AFC division champs and see how it measured up.
What do you know? We have the same ones. There will be a differentiator in the placement we have. So I'll just start with my first seed out of these 4. I have the Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs hater, but I looked at their schedule the rest of the year, and you said you saw like about 5 losses.
No. I didn't say there were 5 losses.
I thought you said 5.
I said 5 or 6 games
that they lose.
They would be tough.
Okay.
They're not like walk.
Okay, you didn't say they're gonna lose 5 times. My bad.
No.
I don't mean to put words in your mouth. Well, I saw like 2 or maybe 3 games that
maybe you think the Chiefs are tougher than I do, but that's probably because the fear in you from being a Cleveland fan all this year.
Fear. Ha, fear. That's crazy. No, the Chiefs have just done it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And while I don't think they're three-peating in the Super Bowl this year, I can definitely see them securing the first seed yet again. Yeah, that's just what I see from them. My second seed is the Texans. I think the Texans are a great team. They have a great record right now.
Yeah.
They're not gonna lose many divisional matches, I don't think. Yeah, I can just see them. I can see them get secure in the second, more than I can see the next 2 teams. The third seed being the Buffalo Bills. Like I said earlier.
Okay, hold on. Before you go to Buffalo, can you see the Texans overtaking KC?
Yeah, I could.
Okay, good.
Do I think it's super likely?
I just wanted to check your credibility.
Do I think it's super likely? No, but it could happen for sure.
All right.
So then the third seed, I have Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
Now, I could switch Baltimore and Buffalo for third and fourth. I wrote down Buffalo, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of feeling Baltimore a little bit, but I'm going to keep it how it is. I do think the Jets getting Devontae Adams is going to make things a little more interesting. I do think it does put them in the playoffs, or helps them get there, rather. Therefore, I also think it makes the division a little spicier, and those are going to be closer games between those 2 teams, in which the Bills may lose one. I'm not saying they'll lose both, but they may lose one. Also, if Tua returns, it's going to make things a little more spicier in that division.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't take into account that Tua might return for Miami. You know, I mean, that definitely could give them maybe some steam. Maybe not for the division lead, but for a wild card spot. You know, but that division right now, I feel like it's Buffalo and then everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for my fourth, I have Baltimore.
Fourth seed.
Winning the AFC North nonetheless, though. And like I said, I could still see them making third over Buffalo. They're a little interchangeable for me. Because while they're both great teams, Baltimore didn't start great. Buffalo's not playing great right now. They both hit bumps in the road. Our division is hard amongst us enough. We still play great games against one another. So we could be some losses on their record that would lead them to getting the fourth. Again, still winning the division, just not getting the bye and not getting second seed. Like I said, they're interchangeable. They could both swap third and fourth, but they're not 1 and 2, and that's the biggest part of it.
There you go. No, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. And that's good sound reasoning, man. Do I have any? We picked the same team, so no, I don't have a problem with any of them. All right, so now let's go to the AFC wild cards and my picks.
Woo!
And this was a little more difficult. The division,
wild cards were harder.
Yeah, the division leaders and potential winners seem to be, more clear cut than the wild cards. So I'll just go through my thought process. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So I feel let's see, Chargers, Cincy, Pittsburgh. Yeah. So I feel like the North. I feel like Pittsburgh and Cincy had Pittsburgh with their coach. To me, Coach Tomlin is what sets them apart. Not Justin Fields and not Russell Wilson, right? Coach Tomlin. But I feel like out of the other potential wild cards, Cincinnati had the best quarterback, right? And they could pull themselves out of this little funk because they are 2-4. Like Burrows is going to have to start digging pretty fast, pretty soon to pull themselves out of this hole they're in, right? I feel he could do it. And I chose the Chargers simply because. So I guess you can tell that I didn't really put a whole lot of stock in the East, right? I overlooked Miami, overlooked the Jets. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe that'll bite me. One of them could possibly get in, right?
Yeah.
But also, the Chargers, I was betting on Harbaugh. I was betting on Harbaugh and the schedule that they have, getting in, squeaking into a wild card spot. So I bet on Cincinnati's quarterback, and I bet on Pittsburgh's head coach and the Chargers' head coach, right? Because right now, Miami doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
And right now, the Jets don't have a head coach.
Yeah.
So that was my thought process. You guys can tear me down if you want to, but I thought it was sound reasoning.
Okay. So before we move on, can you 5 to 7?
So I was gonna do that, but I didn't. So just put them 5 to 7. I would probably have Pitt 5, Chargers 6, Cincy 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You locking that in?
you making me verbalize this stuff so you can have me on record, huh? All right. Those are my wild cards. Those are the dad's wild cards. The son. What say you, son?
Whoa, would you looky there? Before I start, I just want to comment on yours real quick. I was very surprised just now to see Pittsburgh in your wild cards. Just so the people know, he knows my choices because he had to make the banners, but I don't know what any of his choices are. So,
right.
So that was surprising, but we can get to.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I have the Bengals, the Jets, and the Chargers getting into the playoffs in that order.
You got two of my 3.
Yeah, I have them in that order though. Bengals 5, Jets 6, Chargers 7.
Okay.
So I think the Bengals are going to rally. They're a great team, and quite frankly, I also foresee the Pittsburgh Steelers, which are 4-2 right now. I'll give them that credit. I see them crashing and burning, as I said before. Looking at their schedule, go ahead.
If they hitch their wagon to Russell Wilson, they will.
Yeah, and looking at their schedule, Pittsburgh's schedule coming up, it's just a lot of L's when I look at that. So I look at the Bengals, however, and I see a lot of W's. Yeah. And I think they end up, they make it, depending on how Baltimore plays, because I know I talked about how they may be a little inconsistent later on.
Yep.
I think they could make it close for the AFC North title, but they have to rally soon and they have to rally fast.
Yep.
They can't really afford to lose another 1 or 2 games. Not right now, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have Bengals at 5, Jets at 6. Yeah, I think Davante Adams is the reason I put them there. I was initially really trying to find a way not to put Pittsburgh on here because I have no faith that any other AFC South team is going to make it, and I didn't want to say Denver was also going to make it.
Exactly.
And I wasn't sure any other AFC East team was going to make it.
Right.
And in saying that, I'm not sure my Browns are going to make it either.
Yeah, you are. You're sure they're not going to make it?
I'm not sure.
I'm positive they're not going to make it.
Oh, I thought you were trying to boost my confidence.
Hey, man. I was until y'all double down on the show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But no, Davante Adams is on the Jets now. As I said, talking about the Bills, it's going to make the division a little spicier for them. It's going to make those games spicier for them. And it only helps the offense. The defense is already good. It hasn't been great because they haven't won many games, but they haven't allowed a whole lot of points on them. Saying that, I could be wrong. But I swear when I looked at it earlier, yeah, no, they haven't allowed the most points in the league on them. Yeah. So, yeah, the Jets, their offense can only get better, right? It can't get worse. They just got Davante Adams back.
Adding someone like Davante, only get better. Yeah.
Only get better.
Yeah.
And better enough for them to squeak in.
But this is my thing. And I don't understand it. But if you guys knew you were about to trade for Davante Adams,
why would you fire Robert?
Why the hell are you firing Robert Saleh? Come on.
I don't know.
You knew what the issue was. That was
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I wish I could ask Woody Johnson himself, but
yeah.
7, I have the Chargers. Another squeak-in team. They're the only team I guess the Chargers and Denver are a little close to each other right now. They have a similar record, if not the same. But I think
they're half a game. Denver's played 6 games. Chargers played 5 games.
Okay.
Yeah. So half a game on Denver.
I don't know. It just comes down to Bo Nix is still a rookie, and he's in a Sean Payton offense.
Yeah.
And he's not Drew Brees. That team doesn't have a lot of options. They're looking like they're breathing some life through, and they're trying to muster up what they can with what they have.
Right.
And I think they'll be good in the future, next year being the future. They'll probably just continue to be pretty mediocre the rest of the year. And the Chargers will get that squeak in for the last spot on the AFC side.
I believe that too.
So
good job, man. Good job, man.
Pittsburgh in the playoffs is crazy.
So that's your. Hey, man. Tomlin's been in the playoffs every year, huh?
Was he last year?
No, they did have a winning record, but he didn't make the playoffs. But hey. So that's your predictions and my predictions for the AFC playoffs. Mm-hmm. Now let's move on to the NFC. And I'll let you start with the NFC division champs. Go.
Boom. So we'll go backwards for this one. I'll start with my 4th seed. NFC West. Division winners, the 49ers. I have them in the 4th seed. Wow. My friend Donnie is going to watch this episode and he's going to be like, what? And he's going to trip on me. Just out of the 4 teams here, they're the weakest team right now. I even think they're weaker than some of the wild card teams I picked, but I can't put them here. So no, they're good. Still the best team in their division, in my opinion. I know their record's tied with the Seahawks, but I think Arizona's better than the Seahawks right now. So I don't know. Things are just going wrong in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But I think they'll start to go right. Not so right that they get a higher seeding position, because I think it's a lock that they'll get the 4th, but they're still going to be in the playoffs nonetheless. So that's where I'm at on them. Number 3, I have the AFC South winners, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Talked about it a lot. I love what the Buccaneers got going. very high output offense when they get to rolling. Baker Mayfield has shown that he can make mistakes and then come back and win a big game. And I like to see that. Gonna be a strong team coming in. Now, what I didn't take into account was the Aiden Hutchinson injury, which is so crazy to me because that's right above my playoff prediction spot on my notes. That's like the one thing I was thinking of before I started thinking of this.
Right.
So I didn't take that into account before I wrote all this down. So maybe they could squeak into the second, but I think the Lions will be able to rally. And speaking of the Lions, they are my second seed. They're coming for a Super Bowl, man. They were so close last year.
They were
so close last year.
They were.
And they won it. And yes, they lost Aiden Hutchinson, which is huge. I'm not sure what they're going to do to fill the gap, but I think that team, that locker room is going to be like similar to when we lost Deshaun Watson to a shoulder injury last year. Yep. And our team just rallied and put their cleats in the turf and played football and got us to a playoff game. Right. And I think the Lions locker room is going to do the same. I think they're gritty enough for it. They're a scrappy enough team for it. They have a scrappy enough coach for it.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Leaving the NFC East division winner, the Washington Commanders, to get the first seed and get the bye. Jaden Daniels leading the Commanders to the first seed, getting the bye in his first year in the NFL.
You putting him in CJ Stroud territory?
How could you not? He's doing great things, playing amazing football. He's basically the CJ Stroud of last year because he got drafted second, and he's playing miles better than the person that was drafted first. Granted, it's Caleb Williams still playing good football. Yeah. But playing miles better. His team's doing miles better. He's winning his division right now, convincingly. I think he's going to continue to win his division. And yeah,
he up half a game. It ain't convincing.
It's convincingly if you've watched Jaden Daniels play football and then you've watched the rest of those teams.
And if you
football.
watch Philadelphia play,
and Dallas and New York, it's convincingly.
Yeah.
Sorry, gotta take my jacket off. Yeah, man. I got. That's my list.
Yeah. Okay. Commanders, 49ers, Lions, Buccaneers. Who do I hate on your list? Commanders, 49ers, Detroit, and Buccaneers. Well, I can say I don't think I hate any of them, but I can say that Atlanta is coming.
Atlanta's coming?
Oh. Atlanta is coming.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
Hey, man, they ain't coming on my but they coming. So this is what I have. And it might be the same. I don't even know.
It is.
It's the same. I did not know. But the reason I said the South, the NFC South was Atlanta is a really good team led by a veteran quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're 4-2 right now. Tampa Bay, a really good team led by a veteran quarterback. I feel like both of those teams are going to be there in the end. I just picked Tampa Bay because I feel like Baker Mayfield has what it takes, and Coach Bowles has been doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of people. I love certain coaches because certain coaches going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And when you have the coach and the quarterback, I can rock with that. I feel like Kirk Cousins is going to continue doing some really good things. But their coach is a rookie coach, isn't he? No, I mean, he's had a coaching job before, but this is his first year. Raheem Morris. And, I feel like Coach Bowles, is going to find a way to get Tampa Bay that division title, right?
Yeah.
I was really I have Detroit getting the number 1 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I didn't take into effect Hutchinson's injury with that.
Yeah.
What I did was I felt like Sam Darnold, even though you've apologized for both of us, even though Minnesota is still undefeated, and even though this is a way too early playoff prediction, I couldn't predict them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking Minnesota gonna fall off. They have to, right? Right?
Really?
They have to fall off, don't they? Can Minnesota continue this dominance throughout the NFC? No, so that's why I picked Detroit.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't trust anybody in the NFC West other than San Francisco.
Yeah,
right?
Agreed.
Seattle, love Gino. Don't really know how the team is going to play moving forward. They're 3-3 right now. They might be 8-9 or 9-8 or something by the end of the year. Arizona, Kyler Murray and everybody else, right?
Yeah.
And the LA Rams have lost so many weapons that they've fallen off a cliff. So San Francisco was a pretty easy choice to win the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Washington, I think that they're on to something with Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury calling plays.
Okay.
I think they really are. And he could easily hit a rookie wall.
Yeah.
Right? He could hit a rookie wall.
Yeah.
And start losing more games than he wins. And then that would probably boost Philadelphia because it ain't going to boost Dallas. It just ain't.
So you have it. Sorry, you can go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So I have Washington winning the NFC East right now by a hair over Philadelphia.
Okay. So you got it. 1 Detroit.
I have 1 Detroit. So let me see. I didn't put mine in order like you.
That's fine.
You're making me do it in my head.
That's okay.
Right,
that's okay.
Okay. So Detroit is number 1. Obviously, they have the bye. I would probably put Tampa Bay 2, San Francisco 3, and Washington 4. If I had to do it, I feel like it's going to come in that order. But Washington could continue winning, and they could probably be as high as 2.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's safe.
Is it safe or is it just smart?
I guess we'll see at the end of the year.
All right. So let's do my wild cards first, and then we'll do your wild cards.
All right. Let's hear them. I'm excited to see this.
Oh, man. It's hold on. You see that? What do you think about it?
I think it's pretty similar to mine. Sub 1 team.
Okay, so I have Atlanta, Minnesota, and Green Bay winning the wild card. So as much as this is a way too early prediction, things seem to be playing out in a certain direction, right? Like Minnesota could have been my pick or your pick to win the division, right? I know why I didn't pick them to win the division. Why did you not pick Minnesota?
Well, I think that there will be a fall off in Minnesota.
Okay.
And I think the Lions are going to rally despite this big. I think this big hit is only going to make them play harder.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I just feel as though they're the grittier team and they're going to play harder for the divisional title.
They are made of the right stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. And because of that, I feel like, again, I go back to people, their head coach, he's an Aggie. We're made of the right stuff, baby. I feel like hold on. Yeah, I feel like Detroit is going to overtake Minnesota, and it's just that simple.
Yeah.
And, yep. Green Bay. So the NFC North is like one of the most competitive divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, I feel like all 4 teams gonna make it in now. But we only have 3, right? So who's the odd team out? And I had them in. Chicago's the odd team out. And they might, be in there. They're at 4-2 right now, and they have a really good defense, special teams, and a quarterback, a rookie quarterback that's obviously really talented and can manage the game. But who's gonna fall off? Like, who do we take out if we put Chicago in there? Do we think Sam Darnold's gonna fall off that much to not make the playoffs?
I don't.
Or, hey, is Aiden Hutchinson's injury gonna make Detroit fall off that much?
It could. I could be backwards wrong on thinking that the locker room is gonna play harder because of it. It might be such an impact that it doesn't matter how hard they play.
Huh.
I can't convince myself to believe that.
Yeah, I can't either. Because So Chicago is my odd team out in a very competitive NFC North. And Atlanta in the South, again, veteran quarterback. I feel like they have a rookie coach, but a veteran quarterback. I feel like they'll punch their ticket in over New Orleans and Carolina. Like, New Orleans fell off a cliff, baby.
A cliff. You just texted me about that like yesterday.
Yeah. So I don't feel like they're gonna make the playoffs. They've lost 4 in a row. So Atlanta and Tampa Bay has 2. The NFC South has 2 playoff positions. NFC North has 3. And the NFC West has that 1? Yeah. Is that 7? Yeah. Oh, okay. My bad. We got 1 more. And the NFC East has 1. Yes.
Yep.
So that's 7. Yeah. Those are mine. Let's see who you picked as NFC wildcards. Talk to me.
Woo!
Oh, wow. So you did put Chicago in there.
I did put Chicago in there. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we'll go with my 5 pick. For the 5th seed, I have the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I do think the Vikings will fall off a little bit, but I don't think it'll be a disastrous fall off.
Right.
Sam Darnold's been playing pretty consistently, pretty great. I know he either last game or maybe the game before that, he threw for only like 150, 157 or something like that. Yep. Still did enough to win that game, just as he's done in all their other ones. They will take some losses. I think they're going to lose to the Lions next week. That'll be their first one.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to play well enough to secure the 5th seed. It's hard to bet against them right now. They are on fire.
For sure.
My 6th seed, I have the Falcons. The Falcons are leading the NFC South right now, I'm pretty sure. They are tied in record with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they are first in the division.
Yeah.
However, as we all know, I love Tampa Bay's explosive and powerful offense, and I think that is what's going to win them more games and etch them out over. And Tampa just has more weapons available to them.
Absolutely.
Not Sam Darnold. Kirk Cousins is making do with what he has, and he's doing great. They're 4-2 right now. And I think he has a point to prove.
He's turning Drake London into a player.
Yeah. I think he has a point to prove as well. To Minnesota from last year. He got hurt, and then they traded him. When he was still playing, he was playing good football when he got hurt, too.
Yep.
He's like, you guys gave up on me in a sense, and I gave so much of my life to you guys. So let me get in there and show you guys.
And Minnesota got Sam Darnold, who was a backup last year, and they've even gotten better. So Minnesota is like, take that, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but he's like, take this, and he's gonna come into the playoffs right behind him in the 6th seed.
Yep.
And underneath them in the 7th seed, squeaking it in, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears, baby. This is what I'm talking about. As you said, that division is super close. I didn't think it was that close when I went and looked at it today. But yeah, Vikings are 5-0, and then every other one has 4 wins.
Yep.
So when it comes to Caleb Williams, let me pull my stats up.
So then you have Green Bay as the odd man out.
I do.
Oh, Jordan Love, baby.
I do, and I think it'll be close. I think this division is going to remain close throughout the season. I don't think Green Bay is going to have like a super drop off or anything. Green Bay might squeak it over the Bears. I just chose the Bears because I believe in them more. Caleb Williams, he started shaky, but in his last 3 wins, 2 of those games, he's thrown for over 300 yards. The last game, against the Jaguars, he threw for 4 touchdowns, only had 1 interception. The game before that, he threw for, I want to say 3. No, he threw for 2, but still over 300 yards. He's just getting better and better and better.
Yep.
He's looks more stable back there. Not as afraid, he's getting the ball out. He's doing everything right now.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to continue to do things right. He took that L to the Texans, and CJ Stroud came up to him and was talking to him. And I know he reacted kind of in a diva way, and he turned his head, and it looked like CJ's words went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
But I think Caleb Williams just has a different attitude when it comes to the game, and it can seem diva-ish, and it can seem like dramatic. But he had an expectation for himself when he stepped into the league, when he stepped into the Chicago building.
Yeah.
And early on, he did not meet that expectation at all. I think he was just upset with himself. He knew it was his fault, and he didn't want someone. He just wasn't there to hear anything from anybody. Okay. It's not like he lashed out at CJ and was like, "Don't talk to me, don't say nothing." He wasn't disrespectful in that way.
Right.
More so passively, because I think he was just upset at his own performance.
Right.
And he's changing that. He's playing phenomenally better than how he played in that game. And yes, he did go on and lose to Indianapolis the next week, but he beat the Rams. Granted, it's the Panthers and the Jaguars, but he dookied on them, as he should. Other teams have not in this league that have played them. And I think he's going to go on, and he's not going to get 6th or 5th or win his division, but he's going to squeak in as the 7th seed. Got to silence the haters.
I feel you on that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jordan Love is going to lose out on a playoff spot to Caleb Williams.
He is.
Okay. We'll hold you to that.
You can.
Because, it's really close, and it can go either way. And Texas play Green Bay this week, so hopefully we give him one of those losses towards not making the playoffs. Absolutely, man. Yeah, way too early playoff predictions, baby.
Woo!
Hey man, it's great,
It was great.
because I feel like my predictions are all gonna hit, and all yours that you predicted that I predicted gonna hit, but the ones you didn't predict, what I predict, they're not gonna be.
Yeah, I don't. You think Pittsburgh is gonna get a wild card though? So
Hey man,
I
Mike
wouldn't have too
Tomlin.
much
Hey,
faith
I
in
got
you.
2 words: Mike Tomlin. Now.
That'd be 3, but okay. Okay. I don't know. Have you looked at Pittsburgh's schedule?
Yes, I did. So I went. I'm gonna tell you what their schedule looks like.
Oh, I haven't.
Okay, I got it too. Hey man, I got an Apple iPhone just like you, brother.
I got okay.
Hey man, who that? Baltimore. I mean, they division, but outside of their division, they have KC and Philadelphia. That's it.
Those are the only 2 teams you think are gonna beat them?
Yeah, I mean they're at Washington, but he gonna figure that rookie quarterback out. He ain't gonna lose that game, and that's in 3-4 weeks.
Do you think the Devontae Adams equipped Jets would be a problem?
No. Oh, you know what? Yes, because of their defense and because of Russell Wilson. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Russell Wilson in there. I mean, I already told you though. Like, if Justin Fields can take them to a wild card, Russell Wilson's not gonna do that. Because they have no receivers, and they have 2 quarterbacks that could get receivers the ball if they wanted to. But Justin Fields could use his legs. Russell Wilson can't. I don't get that. So you feel like Russell Wilson's arm is better than Justin Fields' legs?
That's how they feel.
Yeah, that's how they feel. I don't.
But what else in America does?
It's gonna be interesting TV.
It is. I'm excited to watch them crash and burn. I'm ready for it.
Well, I have some diehard Steeler homeboys, and you are a diehard Steeler hater.
I am. I have Steelers friends too.
Yeah, I'll be messing with them. Yeah, definitely. Good, man. So now that we're on record about that, what else is going on, brother?
I'm sorry?
What else is going on? I know I got a stuffy nose.
Not much for me. I'm hanging out. I don't know.
Hey, so talk to me. What's been going on with your jiu-jitsu, man?
Haven't been in a while.
Oh.
But that's changing. That's changing soon. I went to the gym. Me and my boy Josh. We had a friend from out of town here. Like a week and a half ago. Maybe it was earlier last week. So he has a fight coming up early next year in Thailand. So
a jiu-jitsu fight?
No, it's a Muay Thai fight. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
In Thailand next year. So he came and we went to the gym and we sparred around a little bit, had a good time. And that was my first time being back in a while. And I just realized every time I step in there, I love it. Like it feels like a place I should be going to more often.
You're probably good at it.
I'm not terrible, but I'm not. No, I'm pretty mediocre, but still, nonetheless, I can't get any better if I don't go.
Absolutely. Hey, where's your trophy, man? I thought you was gonna have it posted up.
Oh, they said I couldn't bring the trophy home. Since we won it as a team, they were like, no, we're gonna put it in the warehouse and then we're gonna put a plaque on it with all our names and stuff.
Okay.
So I'd love to bring it home, but I could not do that, unfortunately.
Yeah. I found a Taekwondo spot for Evan. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start sending him there. Yeah, probably twice a week. He wants to.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll do Taekwondo, man. So maybe between his Taekwondo and your jiu-jitsu, I'll get a champion son. I don't know, man. Maybe one of our sons could be a champion or something.
Yeah.
And shit. No, Ian. I'm putting Ian in soccer.
Ian in soccer?
Yeah, him and Bree. I'm putting him in soccer.
Oh, that would be fun. I played soccer when I was 7.
Yeah.
For the YMCA.
You didn't want to do it any more than that?
I didn't do it anymore, but I liked it. I just
Yeah.
What's going on for you, Dad? How's football going?
We have a homecoming this week, so
okay.
We've been practicing really well this week, though, man.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to a really good showing, and let the cards fall where they may after that. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing for a Sharpstown W.
Right here, baby.
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Other than that, man, we went to Dallas this weekend. Me and the kids, we went to the state fair.
Okay, how was that?
The UT Oklahoma game was going on right in the middle of it, so we could hear it while we was doing our thing. UT blasted that ass.
They poked on them.
Yeah, man. Beat the dog shit out of them.
Did you watch the Ohio State-Oregon game?
Yeah, I did.
It's close.
Yeah.
And, that's kind of a score I expected. I have an Ohio State friend and an Oregon fan friend.
Uh-huh.
And my friend that's an Ohio State fan was saying, like, that they're going to beat them, like Oregon was only going to score 3 points. And it was going to be a stomping. And I was like, I don't know. Everything I'm seeing, it says these teams are going to play a lot closer of a game.
Right.
And a lot of my friends actually agreed that Ohio State was going to lay it on them.
Well, the expectation for Ohio State was that their defense would play better than they did.
Yeah.
But that just didn't give credit to Oregon's offense.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn good with Dylan Gabriel at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a running back? Do you know?
Nope.
They have Evan Stewart at receiver, who came from A&M.
Okay.
Who's been doing really well. He had some great catches in that game. I saw the highlights. Yeah. But they have an explosive offense, and they shit. The Big Ten is a tough league, but Oregon proved that they can play with anybody in the Big Ten.
I have a question about how can teams be first in their conference, but then be unranked in the official ranking?
Like who?
Like Indiana is first
in the Big Ten.
You said, I'm sorry, say that again.
In the Big Ten, Indiana's first?
Yeah.
And what does that look like? What do you mean they're first?
Let me look up the ranking.
So Indiana is 6-0?
Yeah,
they might be. Yeah, but nobody believes that they may not have played the big dogs yet. I'm sure they haven't played Ohio State yet. They probably haven't played Penn State yet. Or Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you can be first and
I got
you.
So
way down there.
It's a strength of schedule thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta play people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. But what if you just don't have those teams? I mean, I guess you would, huh?
If you play everybody, if they're still in divisions, you cannot play certain people. But at some point, you'd have to play a championship game, in which case you would play. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been getting more into it, I have more to say for our college football episodes. And the rankings have just been confusing me a little bit.
Oh, I already told you my problem with that shit. You have a highly ranked team playing on the road against a lower ranked or a much lower ranked team, and the lower ranked team is picked to win. Makes no sense to me, So if they lose, you drop them way, way down, and they lost to a higher ranked team. It makes no sense.
Right. like Alabama, they're still one, right? But they lost to Vanderbilt, which is
They're
like a
not
terrible
one.
team. They're not one?
No. Texas is one.
Texas is one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Alabama is 7, if I saw it correctly.
Let's see.
Top 25. Oregon is 2. Texas is 1. Georgia's 5. I overlooked Alabama. Alabama is 7, yes.
7.
They played number 11 Tennessee this week.
Let's see.
Indiana is number 16. They're highly ranked.
They are?
Yeah, they're number 16.
Man, I was just wrong on all cylinders.
It's okay.
I swear I looked the other day and they weren't. But there's no way they just suddenly became 16. So
yeah, they are 16. Let's look at their schedule. See who they played. Nobody. They ain't played nobody.
Yeah, I checked.
They drove UCLA. They beat Maryland by 14, and they beat Northwestern by 17. So they've beaten everybody pretty handily, but they got Nebraska after this week. This week they have a bye. Then they got Nebraska. Washington will be a good match. Michigan State. Then they play Michigan, which is ranked number 24, which is not a really good team. And then they have another bye. Then they play Ohio State. So they're going to play some decent teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. All I care about is Clemson. And as long as we're good.
So what do you think about Army and Navy? Both of them undefeated and playing crazy football right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I think that it would be. When's the last time one of them were in the playoffs? Do you know?
Never.
Never?
No, never.
That would be insane.
and they're 23 and 25 right now, so they got a long way to go for the playoffs. But just as far as being exciting teams, and both of them undefeated this far in the season for the first time ever, it's just fun to watch. But I don't expect either one of them to make the playoffs.
And then they play each other at the end of the year, so I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. You said they've never made the playoffs ever, so they don't have any championships or anything.
They may have conference championships, or maybe. So the playoffs is relatively new,
right?
But before the playoffs, it was like it was a BCS championship, and before that, it was, they've had championships. So maybe Army won the national title back in 1948 or some shit like that. But they didn't. They've never been to like the playoff as it is right now.
As it is right now. Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know what to think about Army or Navy or Air Force as football teams.
I love it, man. I have Navy's quarterback on my fantasy team. The boy gives me 130 points every game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they doing something right. LSU is number 8 in the country. They play Arkansas, a sneaky good Arkansas team. Arkansas can beat LSU, and it's in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yep.
You tell me, is Virginia good?
Virginia is okay. They have a good defense. Clemson is playing at home, so they'll have the advantage, but I feel like Virginia can cover that 21.5 spread for sure.
Well, I'm gonna watch it. I gotta start watching more so I have a better feel for what's going on.
Yeah. That's gonna be a good one. Clemson should win. My old defensive coordinator, his son coaches at Clemson.
Oh yeah.
Or something at Callie Chiswick.
Nice.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
Okay. What are we looking? UT Georgia gonna be a good one.
UT in Georgia.
Who do you have in that one? UT versus Georgia.
I'll take Georgia because they dookied on us at the beginning of the year.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of those games where I'm gonna say coach over players. I'm taking Kirby Smart over Sarkisian.
Okay.
Regardless of the players. Texas might have better players than Georgia right now. Quinn Ewers might be a better quarterback than Carson Beck. That's up for debate, but he might be. Right? But right. I'm taking Kirby Smart.
There you go.
Over Sarkisian. Yeah. It'll be in Austin too, so I know my cousin gonna be there. Willie Fred Watson. I know he's gonna be there. Yeah, and SMU is number 21. Go Mustangs. Who? Yeah.
All right. Well, Dad.
So Penn State, Ohio State, and Ole Miss have buys this week. Texas A&M plays Mississippi State. Beat the hell out of Mississippi State, baby. BTHO Mississippi State. Mississippi State is not very good. I don't think it's going to take much to beat the hell out of Mississippi State.
Also,
but we don't play well in Starkville.
Another question regarding college football.
What's up?
Is Shedeur Sanders that good? Or is he just hype because of who his dad is?
He's that good. Like, this is how I am with Shedeur. I feel like he is that good in spite of his dad.
Okay.
Like, I would think he would crumble under the pressure. I would feel like Shedeur can't be as good as he is because of his dad being who he is.
Right.
Yeah. So Shedeur is the real deal.
Okay.
And it's, and of course it's because of Deion. I don't want to minimize that, but yeah, that's a lot of pressure with being Deion Sanders' son.
Right.
That's why you never hear of Deion Sanders Jr.
Yeah.
Because there's so much pressure.
But
Deion Sanders Jr. is behind their media company.
Okay.
And he does all the videos, all the media stuff, all the social media stuff, and he's doing a great job. And that's going to be how he makes his mark.
Right.
Yeah. But it's tough being named after that guy.
Right, I imagine. So what is the problem in Colorado then?
They are 4-2. Is there a problem?
4-2. Maybe there's not a problem. I thought they were worse. Were they good last year?
No.
Okay.
They won a few games early, and all that Sanders talk, and then they got blew out by everybody else. But they, to his credit, Coach Prime changed over the roster once again, and they're playing a lot better this year and a lot more competitive. But their schedule is not as hard. The Pac-12 had some beasts last year.
Yeah.
This year they're in the Big 12, and they're tougher teams depth wise, but top to bottom they're not as good as the Pac-12 was last year.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. I think Shedeur is the real deal, and he will go probably to the Giants.
I swear I saw something where his dad said he's not letting his son go to a bad team.
He did. But the
He's
Giants
gonna
gonna
let him
pick
go.
him because they that bad. They gonna pick him.
Yeah.
But maybe they love Daniel Jones too much. I don't know.
They could. They gave him all that money.
Yeah, they gave him. They picked him over Saquon.
They picked Daniel over, which is crazy. That's crazy.
So maybe they won't draft Shador. You
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, before we get out of here, another thing I wanted to talk about, maybe potential trades to happen soon.
What's up?
I'm thinking because with the rapid fire of those three, I've seen a couple of rumors that there are some other players that could be getting shopped around. Cooper Kupp is one of the names I've seen.
Really?
Getting shopped. Bryce Young is another name I've seen around.
Where the hell Bryce Young going?
Maybe Miami.
You must got some sources that I don't have.
Maybe Miami. Maybe
Okay.
Tua's not coming back. Maybe they're gonna take a leap of faith like we did, giving Deshaun Watson all that money. Other teams have made worse decisions.
They're gonna have him compete with Skylar Thompson, and
You think there'd be a conflict?
win. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
We'll see, but somewhere I thought would have been nice for Devontae Adams to go if it wasn't going to be the Jets. The Rams.
Oh hell yeah! That would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect. They would have got them out of this drought that they're in right now.
Oh, the weather would have been perfect. You about to freeze your ass off in the winter.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
It's going to be terrible.
It's going to be especially terrible if this isn't the same Aaron Rodgers you used to play with and he can't get
that
you the
ball. That too. He's going to be running, talking about, yo, Aaron, what's up, man? Why you can't give me the ball like you used to?
Yeah.
Why you can't back shoulder me, man? Why you can't put it in the perfect spot? Because I'm 40.
And also, how do you feel if you're Garrett Wilson right now? Yeah, you vacated the jersey because you expected him to be here, but then Aaron brought Allen Lazard over, and all year Aaron's been throwing touchdowns to Allen Lazard, not you, the wide receiver one, might I add.
Yeah.
And now he's bringing Devontae Adams over, so he's going to be throwing touchdowns to Devontae Adams and Allen Lazard, not you, the wide receiver one. Well, you're not wide receiver one anymore because Devontae Adams is here now. But
I would want out.
I would want to be gone too.
Yeah, I'm a number one receiver. Like, don't treat me like a scrub.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, he did vacate the jersey, so he might be okay. He must be okay with it a little bit, but is he going to be okay with it when it eats even more into his production?
And that's yet to be seen. But I know, I feel you on that. But yeah, because now Devontae opens it up. But the defense, though, Aaron Rodgers want to go to Devontae. Exactly. So maybe they double Devontae and leave Garrett Wilson open.
Why would they do that when they would just throw to Allen Lazard, I feel, because he's already been throwing to Allen Lazard this whole time.
But Lazard and Wilson are two different players.
They are. One's just got the ball way more than the other this season.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Oh, yeah. But there's something to be said to having both of those guys open if they bracket Devontae.
Yeah,
we'll see. And Lazard, he'll get open because of his physicality, but Wilson can get open because of his speed and quickness.
Right.
We'll see. You're right though. Again, he might be fine with it because he vacated the jersey.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. Just something to think about,
Yeah. Shit. All right, big dog.
All right, Dad. It was a good episode.
Hey, it was a great episode.
A great episode. That's what I'm talking about.
And yes, sir.
Yes.
And this segment was from you, my brother.
It was from me.
You came up with this segment. It was a great segment.
It was a great segment. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, Dad. Everybody, like father, like son sports. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the videos, man, to your friends, to your family, to your haters.
And comment. I
comment, yes.
Comments, man. You know,
Please
because
comment. Tell my dad that Pitt is not making the playoffs. Please agree with me. Somebody's got it.
Hey, man, you're right. Hey, I'll tell you this. They made it by the hair on their chin.
Okay, we'll see.
It ain't like they got in all easy.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of here. Love you,
Sir.
Dad.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody. And bye-bye.
Love you, boy.